Daredevil Born Again was supposed to be the series that actually brought some life back into the failing MCU and the even worse failing MCU series on Disney Plus. We all know, and I covered what happened in regards to the Daredevil Born Again original thing they were going to do, which was going to be a complete and utter mess. Apparently, Kevin Feige and them went in there, checked on it, thought this was absolute madness, yelled at somebody. They had to retool the whole thing because what they were going to make it out into was just absolutely terrible. So they have done it. They've retooled it. They've brought it back out. They've updated what it is they needed to do. They've gotten rid of the whole Daredevil walk of shame with She-Hulk crap. All of that is gone. The problem now, however, is that nobody's watching Daredevil Born Again. Not Born Again, but Born Again. And I'll explain to you why I'm saying that. But first, let's get into this article here from Cosmic Book News. Daredevil Born Again viewership ratings on par with Agatha, lower than the Acolyte, Ahsoka, and Loki. Well, that's not good. That's not good at all, at all. Disney has revealed the viewership ratings for the heavily promoted Daredevil Born Again series. And much like the show itself, they're off to a slow start, roughly on par with Agatha, one of the lowest rated shows on Disney+. Now, here's the thing about it. I have been watching Daredevil Born Again. And at the time of this video, it's the third episode came out recently. I just watched it. And honestly, it's not as bad as what they could have made, but it's really boring and honestly so. Because the only characters in that show that actually have any kind of weight to them that carrying the show is Daredevil, Matt Murdock, and Kingpin. Those are the only characters you actually care about in this show. Foggy gets killed off early on, and then Karen leaves, and that's it. They get replaced by some DEI people, and that's about it. You even have Kingpin's wife acting more like Kingpin than Kingpin himself, because after they literally turned him into a little bitch in Echo, where they had him crying, all of that crap. It's really, you could feel how badly this is, but I think they were the only two characters you care about are Matt Murdock, Daredevil, and Kingpin. When they sit down to have a talk at a diner, that was the only thing you actually felt anything with it. The CGI that they were doing does not look all that great, but then again, this is the type of MCU stuff you're getting nowadays. But mostly, it's just boring, plodding stuff that doesn't do it. Now, I'm not saying it cannot get better, because it probably could get better. Down the road, it could probably get much better. You could probably say, well, okay, this is actually doing something for sake, like that. But for right now, it's very, very boring. Like, really, really boring. The numbers are also lower than both the Acolyte, cancelled after one season, thank God, and Ahsoka, rumored to be cancelled after its third season. How that got a second season, I don't know. Because I always tell people this when it comes to Ahsoka. I sat down to watch Ahsoka, thinking it was the second episode or something so. And so people were just yammering on, talking, and I decided, okay, you know what? I got up, went in the kitchen, made myself something to eat, cleaned up, everything, came back, and they were still talking. And I was like, oh God, what it is I had to possibly say so? That was the show. At that point, it just kind of did it for me that this was nonsense, and I didn't come back. So I don't know how it got a second season, but whatever. As well as Percy Jackson. Oh God, I almost forget about that. Wow. And significantly lower than Loki. According to Variety, Disney has reported the first two episodes of Daredevil Born Again drew 7.5 million views in its first 5 days. While the site reports it's the best debut for Disney Plus in 2025, what else has been released? Now, 7.5 million sounds like a really good number. It's a good number of views. Sounds like that. It's more than literally Doctor Who was getting, but then again, who cares about who? So that's what's going on. But when you look at the rest of the information, it starts to realize how bad it actually is. Per Disney, in its first 7 days, Agatha hit 9.3 million views, which averages to about 1.33 million per day, while Daredevil Born Again averages to 1.5 million. So yeah, Agatha beat it. And you have versus Star Wars for comparison, right? The Acolyte reached 11.1 million views in its first 5 days, 2.22 million average. Ahsoka around 14 million in the same time frame, 2.8 million average. You even have Loki season 2 saw 10.9 million views in its first 3 days, which averages to 3.63 million, more than double that of Daredevil Born Again. And you have Percy Jackson achieved 13.3 million views in its first 6 days, averaging around 2.22 million. So yeah, Daredevil Born Again is not doing the kind of numbers it should. This is something that should really have fans flood into it, because you're getting Daredevil again. The problem with it is, as I've said before, I say again, Disney and the MCU and the everything has ruined themselves so badly. People are now convinced to say out the door, we don't give a damn, and walk away from it. Now, I don't know how many people are actually watching Daredevil Born Again, outside of the United States or one than the other, or even in the United States. Just looking at the numbers here, that's something else. We will know more in regards to when the Nielsen ratings come out, and they'll give you a more clearer image of what's going on. But for right now, these numbers are not looking good, because if you're telling me Daredevil first 2 episodes grew in 7.5 million in its first 5 days, compared to Agatha, which did 9.3 million, compared to the Acolyte, which did 11.1 million, compared to Loki, which did 10.9 million, compared to Percy Jackson, which did 13.3 million. You understand me? You look at Percy Jackson, something by more didn't really care about, because I didn't care about it. 13.3, Loki 10.9, the Acolyte reached 11.1 million, and then that fell off a steep cliff. So yeah, it's not the kind of numbers you would expect from a show like Daredevil Born Again. And if they had decided to continue down that road of what they originally had intended to do, and make no mistake, people, they had originally intended to make this worse, it wasn't going to get any better. We'll know more once the Nielsen ratings come out in about a month, right? Like I said, Disney Plus automatically has Nielsen turned on in your account, and is the industry standard to go by for viewership. Once again, the Disney invested Samba TV household ratings data collector hasn't reported numbers. Well, no. Since Daredevil Born Again is similar to Agatha, the Nielsen rating should follow suit. Yeah. That didn't make it, so there we go again. Regarding Daredevil Born Again, while the series has been retooled, it remains to be seen what exactly has been fixed, because there was even reports that they originally wanted to make Daredevil Born Again some kind of comedy nonsense and all kind of stuff, but they have retooled it. It does have a more serious tone to it, but like I said, it's just not doing it because it's really boring. They go in, the CGI was mid at best. Yeah, I said that. They killed and wrote off 2 fan favorite characters and replaced them with DEI substitutes again. I said that. The Kingpin's wife is no better than him. Yep. Because she seems to be more interested in running the criminal underworld. She seems to be acting more like Kingpin than he is. I'm still convinced she's up to something, but that's to see, and that's to see there. And there was a lot of talking going on and not much action. Yep. The end of the second episode does leave room for hope, so cross your fingers. Now, at the foot to the end of the second season episode, and like I said, 3 episodes have gone so far. At the time of this making this video, with the whole thing revolving around White Tiger. Let me just take a moment to say my condolences to the family of Camar de los Reyes, who plays who played White Tiger in the Daredevil Born Again series. He passed away um, on 24th of December 2023. A little while after he filmed his scenes, he was battling cancer and was apparently, what I understand, he was actually in pain while shooting his scenes, but still soldiered on through it. So, he did that, and I must say, his acting and thing was really nicely done, all of that. But again, I just want to take a moment to say condolences to his family for his passing. But however, in regards to it, up to now, even with episode 3 and what happened with White Tiger the series has not really, in my opinion, given any kind of oomph to it as yet. Maybe when Punisher comes in with something, probably, but keep in mind this has already been renewed for a second season. So, regardless of how it works out, unless something dramatic happens, they're going to have to do this in regards to it. They go over the Nielsen ratings here for Agatha and how that worked out there. Another MCU shows, WandaVision, Falcon, and all of that, and regards to it there. But bottom line, Daredevil Born Again viewership ratings are not looking good. I have watched the first 3 episodes. While I can say that I am happy that they have not taken it down the ridiculous, stupid route that they did with the whole thing involving She-Hulk and Daredevil's Walk of Shame, or the whole nonsense that they did surrounding Echo. But even though that is still canon, in it, but they kind of ruined Kingpin. I will say that, it does have a more serious tone to it, yes, but unfortunately, it is boring. That's the biggest problem. It is boring. It is not having the kind of impact that it does, because when you look at it, what happened before, even again, I say, condolences to the family of Kamar Delos Reyes, who played White Tiger, but should have had a more impactful thing, because when Punisher was brought in to when Punisher was introduced during the Daredevil, it was in season 2 when he was introduced. You got more of an electrified feeling that you're getting. But maybe once he gets introduced in this, we'll get that okay. But for right now, I can understand the apprehension. Disney has done a lot of damage themselves. But overall, I'm not surprised how much people aren't watching it, because, like I say, it is coming off to me very kind of boring in that regards. But maybe it will work itself out. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments. You have a different opinion, I'd love to hear it. If you like the video, hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell to be notified every time I put out a new video. And I shall see you all next time. Take care.